Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Barlow Stadium at War Field for tonight's state quarterfinal football game featuring the visiting Shelley Russets and your Sandpoint Bulldogs. Before we get to tonight's action, Sandpoint Athletics would like to take a moment to recognize Ryan Moore, a 1993 SHS graduate and varsity football player who passed away Tuesday morning. Ryan and his family have a long legacy of supporting SHS athletics. The Moore family, including Ryan, have run the clock for varsity basketball and football games for decades. The SHS family is saddened by his passing, but we will remember his positive influence and love for the Bulldogs. Please take a moment of silence in Ryan's honor. Rise for the playing of our national anthem. Now introducing the offensive starters for the Shelley Russets, beginning with number 1, junior, Riker Klinger. Number 3, senior, Josh Gill. Number 5, junior, Caden Kidman. Number 12, sophomore, Brecker Williams. Number 22, senior, Hadley Carpenter. Number 24, junior, Caden Johnson. Number 50, senior, Cody Bowman. Number 54, senior, Kay Peterson. Number 55, junior, Emmett Kelstead. Number 67, junior, Anthony Hackman. And number 72, junior, Hunter Higgum, head coach Josh Wells, and the rest of the Shelley Russets. And now, the defensive starters for your Bulldogs. Number 3, senior, Blake Sherrill. Number 16, junior, Jack Zimmerman. Number 21, senior, Ruth McCormick. West Penfield. Number 25, junior, Cody Barlow. Number 28, senior, Green Kunkel. Number 31, junior, Owen Wimmer. Number 37, junior, Coda Hartley. The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. When you attend games, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Statewide Student Advisory Council, your friends at the Idaho High School Activities Association, and Sandpoint High School. And just remember, this game is being audio streamed to the world live on the internet by idahosports.com. If you have friends and families who can't beat this game, give them a call and tell them to listen to the game live from anywhere on idahosports.com. You can also listen to your games on a hometown broadcast on Rock 103 FM or 1400 KFTT.
Down and see.
Looks like the Bulldogs will pick to begin the game. It's
For Interstate Concrete, he thought I was heading to break.
Pipes and accessories by Selkirk Metal Beverage. On our shelves, you will find hearth rugs, stove and chimney maintenance products, and much more. Wood stoves and
and 5. And they've got a tight end set up, and they're going to hand it off right off the gut into the middle. And as many a team has found, Jay, when they try to run it up the middle, and that was to Klingler, you don't get much.
No, absolutely. Again, you got 11 guys in the box. They're going to try to misdirection. They're going to pound it up the middle. Then they're going to try to throw a trap at you or do something to try to get the outside, get the corner, and have everybody sucked in.
So this time they'll come out and they'll spread it out. They'll go 3 wides and 1 back in the backfield and rolling out looking for a pass. That pass is incomplete, well wide of the mark, intended for number 2, Canyon Alpin. And the first pass coming your way from Brecker Williams is incomplete.
Yeah, again, just trying to get him outside of the pocket. You're going to see these guys, the quarterback anyways, roll out of the pocket. Anytime they throw, they're going to take the half the field away, and they're going to try to work one zone most of the night. And that time just didn't get the ball out of his hands very well, and the ball falls about 3 or 4 yards shorter than his intended receiver.
Yeah, really wasn't going to go for much, as it was well covered on that side as well. So here we go again, 3rd down and 11 now for Shelley on their first possession. Man in motion to the near side and back to pass the quarterback. He looks, that's a screen play, and there's room to run, and first down and more. Tackled outside the 35 by the Bulldogs, West Benefield, and it's going to be a first down, and they set that screen up very nicely.
Absolutely, have the power off that right side, and they do the backside little running back screen, and pretty well executed there as the Bulldogs, most of the guys on that side, Nobody pretty good blocking off that left side, and they get a big first down there on that 3rd and 11.
So first down now once again. Here's a handoff that goes for maybe a yard or two. Again, right up the middle. They'll say 3 in the end for number 1 Riker Klinger.
Yeah, again, what we've seen in film is they really like to pack it in with that wing T, Chris. And here, the last 3 plays, they've really spread it out here. That time, trying to run off the right tackle, and the Bulldogs stop Klinger after a 3-yard gain.
So 2nd down and 7. Again, 3 wides and 1 H-back tight end situation. He comes in motion to the near side. There's a pass that's thrown. It's caught, and it's going to be another first down as wide open and nobody out there guarding the intended receiver. That was number 24, Caden Johnson. So Williams hits his 2nd completion, and it's another first down almost out to midfield.
Absolutely. Coda Hartley, the free safety, he that's his responsibility. He's got the guy in motion, and he's had his eyes locked inside there, and he doesn't see his receiver coming out in that flat. Not a very well thrown football, but good enough for the receiver to catch the ball, turn up, and get another first down here for the Russets.
So the Russets now looking at 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and again, not much happening. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage as they give it off to Klinger. So 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, again, you're going to find them. At some point, they really don't care if they get 1 or 2 yards. They're going to try to keep you honest and then try to get to the outside, Chris, and try to, the Bulldogs kind of key on that power game that they do, and then they're going to look to the outside and pick up big plays.
Well, that is where the Bulldogs have been susceptible to the big plays out of the running game, is towards the outside. So here we go on 2nd and 10. Williams back to pass, rolling, looking, has to throw it away because he's being chased by Blake Sherrill. Sherrill in his grill, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, again, here is a good opportunity for the Bulldogs. The ball in the Shelley's Russets side of the field, and hey, let's get off the field here. Let's force a punt here, not give up a big play.
So it's the 2nd, 3rd and long the Bulldog defense has seen. On the first one, it was a screen play that went for 16 yards and a first down on 3rd and 11. Now 3rd and 10. Ball at Shelley's 48-yard line. Brecker, Williams in the offense. Trips to the near side. 1 receiver to the far side, and the lone back in the backfield with Williams, who takes the snap and he runs right up the middle. He breaks 3 tackles, and he's got a first down and more. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's down to the 25-yard line. Just a design draw and a big play for Shelley inside the Bulldog 20. I'll mark him down at the 26, looks like.
Yeah, big play right there. Nice play action. The little ball fake to the running back off the left side. He just sees a nice hole open. He ends up keeping it. Nice read on his part. He gets up the middle and into Bulldog territory on that big 3rd down and 10 play.
So Shelley in their road whites up to the line of scrimmage once again with their 3 wides to the near side. And Klinger right beside the quarterback. Klinger gets a handoff, rolls to the outside. He's nice tackle on that far side by one of the Bulldogs. And it's going to be a short gain of 2. And a great tackle over there by, I believe it was Barlow, wasn't it, Jay?
Boy, Kobe Barlow does a good job just on the island by himself, but he's able to come in there, break down, and really force the running back to choose either outside, inside, and boy, nice tackle there by Kobe Barlow.
So 2nd down and 8, and it hasn't been 1st and 2nd downs that have been the issue for the Bulldogs on defense so far. It's been the 3rd down big plays they've given up on Shelley's first drive. 8:30 left here in this first quarter. No score as we are just underway from Barlow Stadium War Memorial Field. There's another quarterback keeper and another play that's going to get down to about the 20. So give him about 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, again, just going to that same play again. Fake the handoff to the running back off to the left side, that power, and then he keeps it. That time the Bulldogs defend it, stop him, about 4. It looks like it's going to be a long 3, maybe 4 yards here, Chris, on this 3rd down and 4. Probably 2 down territory here in this situation for the Russets.
One would certainly assume, as they are down to the 20-yard line, pretty much right on, they need to get almost to the 16 for a first down. There's a handoff up the middle. This is going to be close and probably is a first down as he breaks a tackle. Ball comes squirting out, but long after the play was dead. So give him 5 down to the 15. 1st and 10 And Shelley with the football looking to draw first blood here tonight.
Oh, yeah, just that time, just the match was won at the line of scrimmage, Chris, as they get a nice little drive at the start of the ball there, and he's able to keep his feet moving and pick up the 4 yards and a first down here as Shelley's looking pretty impressive here on that first offensive drive.
So the Russets now are tight. Man in motion to the backfield. They hand it to that man in motion. He's trying to get to the outside. He's got a blocker. He's got a room. He's got the 5. He's got the 10. He's into the end zone. Shelley scores on their first possession around the edge. A run, I believe it was number 24, Caden Johnson, who got the carry. And the Russets go out 6-0 early here on North Idaho's radio on Rock 103.
Yeah, boy, that Bulldog defense really didn't have any answer here for them tonight. They have made some great plays, but 3rd and long and 2nd and long this time. And boy, they've been able to get to the corner and pick up a couple big first downs and then march in the end zone. The Bulldogs defense a little on their heels here to start this game.
Junior Vega in to kick the extra point. It is up and it is good, and it is 7-0 in favor of Shelley. We'll be back with more here on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103. If you were in the end zone, it was a touchback, but not this way. It doesn't really matter as the ball starts at the 20. So here comes the offense. Pettit and crew out there for the Bulldogs. Kuhn out wide as one wide receiver. On the near side, you've got Frank and you have Vandenberg and, of course, Garrett Cox right behind Parker Pettit. There's a handoff to Cox. Cox up the middle. He's got a nice carry. He's out almost for a first down yardage. They're going to mark him just shy at the 29. And a nice hole open there in the middle of the line for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're running right behind Laybourne and Durrell that time. He gets a nice seam there and gets that second level pretty quickly, Chris, and he's able to pick up, they're going to give him 10 yards in that first down as they moved that ball right up to the 30-yard line.
That's
favorable spot.
A very favorable spot for the Bulldogs. So they'll take the first down on their first play. See what they come up with here on first down of their second set of downs. Cody Newhart in the slot off to the far side. Parker Pettit back looking for a throw, and he zings it high and wide of Max Frank, who was open for about a 6-yard gain, but that one just a bit wide.
Boy, yeah, it looks like the ball kind of stuck in his hand there, Chris. He was wide open. No need to really rush that throw. Just kind of nice, easy throw onto that on that little 5-6 yard out, and little room for Max Frank. If that ball's thrown on his numbers, he's able to turn it up and probably pick up a few extra yards after the catch.
So 2nd and 10, fake handoff. Pettit keeps it. He goes right up the middle. He's got another nice gain. He's across the 40. He's got a first down. He's out to the 41, and the Bulldogs will have another first down. Pettit's helmet comes off. So he's going to have to head out of the game for a play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they'll send Hunter Garcia in there to get some playoff action here early. Of course, he played the entire second half last week after the game was not in doubt any longer. I'm going to surmise that we're going to see a run by Mr. Cox on this first down
here.
play. And there it is, the handoff to Cox. Cox gets hit hard, but manages to fall forward for a yard or two. He was delivered a blow, but he overcame that and got about 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody knows you bring the backup quarterback, where's the ball going to go? That's going to go to Garrett Cox, and a good job there by the Russet linebacker. I didn't get his number, but well, he reads that right away from that middle spot, and he comes over there and lays a nice little shot on Cox, but
yes.
Cox still got 2 yards.
He somehow still bounced off and lurched forward for 2. Parker Pettit back here in on second down. Bulldogs with the trips off to the far side. Lone receiver to the near side is number 5, Max Frank. Pettit takes the snap, looks, gets rushed, breaks down, and goes down right at the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. A lot of pressure there. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, boy, this defensive staff, they really had that play picked out right from the get-go. Parker Pettit just looking only to Max Franks and that number 6 here for the Russ. It's Ullman. He comes up and takes that quick out away, and the Bulldogs here stuck in a long 3rd down and 10.
So 3rd and 10 now for Sandpoint. Pettit, low snap, but he comes up with it. He's got a throw. It's caught. What a beautiful throw between 2 receivers by Parker Pettit. Backpedaling away from the pressure. It's caught by Frank at the 44-yard line of Shelley. Wow.
Boy, that was a good big-time throw right there by Parker Pettit. He's able to get it in front of the short guy and over and in between. And, boy, pretty well-thrown football there as he was getting pressured as Austin Smith just really got manhandled, got pushed right back into his quarterback.
So here we go, 1st down for the Bulldogs. 3 wides on the far side, 1 on the near side. Pettit drops, looks, trying to find someone, going deep. He's trying to get it out to Cody Newhart, and Newhart, it goes off his hands. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. That ball came down in the end zone.
Yeah, again, Parker Pettit's, again, the quarterback is you get your receiver running that deep post pattern, throw it away from the defenders, kind of keep it to the side. Let Cody Newhart track that ball into open space. Instead, he kind of just puts it a little bit too far into the middle of the field, doesn't allow Cody Newhart, who gets separation on that outside, to really come up and make a play.
So 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Pettit takes a snap, hands it off to Garrett Cox. Cox breaks through about 3 tackles, gets 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 39-yard line now of Shelley. Bulldogs looking to convert again and keep this drive alive.
Well, he had some big 3rd down possessions so far, Chris, and this is 2-down territory now for the Bulldogs as they find themselves at the 39-yard line. Boy, nice job again that time by that front that offensive line to open up a nice hole for Cox to get 6 yards.
So here we come on 2nd down and 5. Fake handoff. Pettit keeps it, working his way. He's knocked down after a 3-yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 2. Somebody just reached out and sort of clipped his legs out from under him, or he would have had it and more. So 4th down for the Bulldogs.
Boy, that quickness of that defensive front for the Russ is really giving that offensive line some fits there, as they're able to really come off the ball and get into those gaps and really get into that backfield as quickly as, it's lucky for Parker Pettit right there to even pick up 3 or 4 yards.
So here we go, 4th and 2. Pettit. Collapse. Everyone looks over for the final signals on this key 4th down of the Bulldogs' first possession. Shelley took it the length of the field and got a touchdown on there first. Pettit up the middle. He's not going to get there. Oh, that's really close. He's going to come up short, though. It looks like they're going to mark him right at the 35-yard line. So Shelley gets the stop on 4th down, and the Bulldog defense back on the field.
Yeah, just curious call there by Theobar to run it up again against the strength of this defense. We all know going into this game that that defensive front for Shelley is impressive, and they attack it, and again they don't win on that left side, on the Laybourne and Durrell side, and the tackler defensive lineman is able to come up and stop Parker about a yard short of that 1st down.
Yep. So here we go. Shelley now on their 2nd possession. See if the Bulldog defense has something for them here on this one. There's a handoff up the middle, and it is nothing doing on 1st down, no gain. as once again they just run Riker Klinger up the middle like a sacrificial lamb right into the teeth of the defense. He had tacklers on both sides yanking at the football, and he got nothing.
Yeah, again, a good job right there that time by the linebackers, Wes Benefield and Owen Wimmer. They really just stepped up there and filled those gaps, and I think it was Wimmer again on that tackle for about a 1 yard gain.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Man in motion, and they hand it off around the edge to that man, number 5. He's got a little running room, and then he's wrestled out of bounds after a gain of 4. That time it looked like it was Caden Kidman on the cross run, and it's going to be 3rd down now and 6. As they say, he was thrown out at the 39-yard line. Big 3rd down for the Bulldog defense, Jay.
Yeah, they've had opportunities to get off this field, Chris, so far in that first drive, but they've given up the big plays. And see what Ryan Knowles and this coaching staff has planned here is again look for probably the Russets kind of spread it out a little bit, do a lot of motion, and try to get to the outside.
So here they come. The Russets don't spread it out, at least initially. They come out and line up tight like they're going to try and power their way through. They hand it off up the middle. It is going to be enough for a 1st down as poor tackling by the Bulldogs, and it's about a 9-yard gain. They run everybody off to the left, hand it back to the right, and just Bulldogs were there. They just couldn't make the tackle. Yeah,
just strong running there by that running back for the Russets as he's able to, really get hit right at the line of scrimmage. But he, just all arm tackles and no Bulldog there to fill the gap on that. They fake that sweep to the left side. They bring the trap up the middle, and they pick up a huge 1st down again on 3rd down and long.
Caden Johnson that time running through Bulldog arm tackles. It's 1st down. And a fake handoff, rolling out, finding a man wide open at the 40, down inside the Bulldog 35. Ball's loose, but they say it's down. And again, Jay, that little short out, and the Bulldogs give up a lot of yards after the catch.
Yeah, just creating separation out on that stripe there by the receivers, and when he allows that separation, he's rolling away from any kind of pressure. He's able just to toss it out, wide open receiver, big play, another 1st down for the Shelley Russets.
That's right, the Russets already down to the Bulldog 35-yard line as we are nearing the end of the first quarter already. Quick first quarter, and so far it's been all Shelley. They took the opening drive down. Bulldogs got stopped on 4th down. Now Shelley trying again, run to the outside, nothing this time, as they hand it off to number 5, Caden Kidman. And Kidman is taken down immediately. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Of course, 1st down defense for the most part hasn't been the issue for the Bulldogs tonight.
No, absolutely. This motion and this you're going to see some things from Shelley tonight that they haven't seen on film, and so far they're going right deep into that playbook and really keeping this Bulldog defense, on their heels.
Looks like that's going to be it. Shelley looks like they're content to let this one run out and have the first quarter come to an end. Shelley leads it 7-0. We will take time out, and we will come back with the second quarter here on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103.
Touchdown, Russell. Number 24, Cameron Johnson.
Radio and rock.
Down on the kick. Ball start against the kicking team.
Just barely through the first quarter. The Bulldogs only 45, and again, just the Russets have everything going offensively, and the Bulldogs catch a little break here. Again, they're going to be kicking from their own 35 here. Hopefully, we get a good return here on this next drive.
The kick's going to be taken by McCorkle at the 5-yard line, setting up the return to the near side. He blasts up into a hole. He's at the 40, and he's still on his feet across the 45 and out to the 50. So as requested, a nice return by Luke McCorkle and some good blocking there by the Bulldog special teams.
Oh, absolutely. Here, Devin McCorkle does a good job. That line drive, doesn't, that low kick, he's trying to drive it into the end zone here. He's not getting much loss, but that doesn't allow the coverage team to get down. And the Bulldogs set up a nice little blocking scheme there, and McCorkle does a good job getting out that right side into that wedge and a nice return out to the 50.
Well, you talked about it during the break, Jay. This is a big drive for Sandpoint's offense.
This is a big drive.
So first down, handoff up the middle. Cox then breaks it to the outside. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. And he's knocked down right about there. And Sandpoint gets 20 on first down. It'll be 1st and 10. And the Bulldogs showing some life on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a good job of moving the ball down the field. Chris got to their 40, but got stuffed on that 4th down and 3 call. But, boy, good job by the sophomore Henberg that outside. He kind of allows Cox to get some extra yards after he breaks around the end.
So 1st and 10, Pettit looking for a pass, rolling to the near side. And still looking. Now cuts it back the other way, and he's going to throw it across the middle, and he finds Max Frank. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 10. Frank is all the way down to the 5. What a job by Parker Pettit just to find enough room and give the offensive line a lot of credit for not going downfield during all that.
Boy, absolutely. That's your biggest worry when that play is extended down to that outside, and that time he's able to roll out to his right. He's looking, Newhart, Vandenberg, and Frank, and then Frank sees his quarterback in trouble and then finds his gear and cuts back across the field with Pettit.
Hand off to Frank up the middle, and this goes nowhere on first down, so it'll be a yard gain. And then they say he stepped out at about the 8.5, so it's second and goal from about the 6.
Yeah, again, just in that wing tee there, everybody's in the box, and they tried to get Frank on that trap play, and pretty well defended. Shelley sees that a lot, this offense.
Yeah, well, they practice against it every day practically. So there's another handoff. This time they try to get Frank around the outside. He's getting some blocking. He's into the end zone.
No flags?
No flags. Bulldogs on the board quickly. The answer 14-6. And hopefully the Bulldog defense had enough time to come up with some answers here, because the Bulldogs have not had an answer for Shelley so far on their first 2 possessions.
No, absolutely. That's a nice note. It's all set up by the return from McCorkle, but a very good job there for the Bulldogs as Shelley doesn't bring any pressure on Parker Pettit. He makes a couple big plays, and Frank's able to get in the end zone here. The Bulldogs back in this game.
Extra point by Kuhn is up, and it is good. So 14-7 now in favor of Shelley. And this scoring update here on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103 brought to you by Interstate Concrete, a proud sponsor of Bulldog football for more than 30 years. Interstate Concrete.
Yeah, I think, the Sandpoint Bulldogs defense is, they've played well that first and second down, but they've just given up too many big plays in the third and long. And, as this defensive coaching staff adjusts to what they're doing and what they see, I think Shelley's really kind of going deep into their playbook here, some things that Bulldogs haven't seen, and really catching this defense off guard. But I will see though that the Shelley Russets are really kind of controlling that line of attack. On crucial situations.
Well, they had dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides until this last drive by Sandpoint, and stuffed them on 3rd and 4th and short on the previous drive. And on offense, when they needed it, boy, the line has really cleared out some space for Shelley's running attack.
They have, and they've been able to beat the Bulldogs on the outside in that scrum. It's just that little misdirection, little nice fakes by the quarterback, and then he's able to get it off to that running back going the opposite direction, and it's really got the Bulldogs kind of spinning right now on that defense.
Well, the defense will be out there momentarily, barring a turnover, as Kuhn is set to kick it away, and it's not much chance of a turnover when you're kicking it through the end zone every time. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Shelley. Here they come back on offense, headed towards the northern end of Barlow Stadium or Memorial Field.
Yeah, real important here for the Bulldogs defensive front. Again, you lose kind of the anchor. In Hurst, he's been that guy. He's all league returner. You lose his. He's a big body, 220-pound defensive tackler. They kind of move him around. He's pretty quick. But your reserves are not that size, not that just a little bit maybe easier to move, and hopefully these guys can settle in here and make some stops.
There's another handoff around the outside, and then a saving tackle, or there would have been big yardage for the running back, number 5, Caden Kidman, as stepping up to make that tackle for the Bulldogs from his free safety position that time, number 37, Coda Hartley.
Yeah, again, just inside. I think Shelley sees that weakness of the Bulldogs defense to the outside. If they can pin, that defensive end for the Bulldogs inside, the Bulldogs, just a little late to get over the top, and it's really outnumbered and picking up big yards with those plays to the outside.
Yeah, so 2nd down and 7, or 3 after the gain of 7, and again, everyone in a tight formation, man in motion off to the far side. Handoff up the middle is another 1st down. It's going to be across the 30 out to the 34. That's another gain of about 6. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Shelley. And the Bulldogs still searching for answers on defense.
Yeah, it's just gap football, right, Chris? And again, if Shelley's blocking to the gaps and we're not filling those with their linebackers and their heads getting caught back in the backfield, you're going to find those gains, those 4 or 5 yard gains, and that's all Shelley wants to do. They just want to get 3 or 4 yards and keep the chains moving, and so far they've been able to do that.
That's right. The offense has been perfect so far in this one. And Shelley comes up. They're tight. One receiver sort of split out wide. There's a handoff up the middle. And this one isn't going to get a whole heck of a lot on 1st down. Maybe 1.5 just across the 35-yard line. And a nice push on the far side by the Bulldogs line.
Yeah, that time, Blake Sherrill off to that side, Chris, and that time he does a good job of getting off his block and allows, Wes Benefield and Hughes to kind of get over into that gap and stop that running back. It's still 2 yards. This is exactly what Shelley wants to do. Hey, 2 yards, we'll take it.
So Klinger on the carry that time. Again, tight formation. First down, man in motion off to the far side. Pitch to that side to the tailback, who's got another good gain. And first down and more across the 45 and down at about the 46. Another 7, 8, 9 yards that time for the ball carrier, Caden Johnson.
Yeah, again, just middle, toss right, toss left, big yards. The Bulldogs just don't have an answer for that those running plays to the outside.
Shelley quickly out of the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Again, they've got 2 backs, handoff, and we've got penalties, flags flying. Oh no, Bulldogs called timeout. Never mind. As Coach Knowles wants to talk it over. We'll call timeout as well. We'll be back on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103 after this. Right up the middle.
Yes.
No, they're only going to give him 5. I guess his knee must have hit 5 yards down because it didn't look like he got brought down for about 8.
Yeah, he was tripped up early there, Chris. But again, just a lot of drive there. Quick snap that time by the quarterback, and the Bulldogs just caught off guard, and again just getting blown off the ball at the front of that defensive front.
There's another handoff. This one is knocked down as Wes Benefield just steps in front. Takes his tackle, takes his blocker, and the ball carrier both down.
Yeah, and again, this Bulldog defense has got to be tough, right? You can't be on your heels. You got to be going forward against this attacking offense. So they're just going to run right at you every play, and you really can't. If you're on your heels, they're going to take advantage of it. They're going to pick up positive yards. That time, West takes on that lead blocker and then finishes off the ball carrier. Great play there by the junior linebacker Benefield.
So third down, fake handoff. Pass incomplete as they were trying to get it out to number 22, Hadley Carpenter. And Williams rolling and really didn't have anyone to throw it to. So it's now going to be a 4th and 2. The way Shelley's been running it here on third down, I think they felt pretty comfortable. Hey, let's take a shot, and then on 4th down, we're going to go for it, and we're on the plus side of the field anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen the Bulldogs in these situations, 4th and 2. We've always come up with some big plays.
We have.
Ryan Knowles seems to always dial up a great defensive call here. Is again, what is Shelley going to throw at us? What has he seen in the past? Because he watches film, he's very good at really scouting what the offenses do. Let's see if the Bulldogs can't come up with a big play.
Okay, so here we go, 4th down and 2, and now it's Shelley who wants a timeout. We'll keep it here with Shelley leading it 14-7. 5 minutes left in the first half. This is Bulldog football, and this scoring update brought to you by 7B TV, your authorized dish retailer, locally owned and operated and ready to help you. A proud sponsor of Bulldog Sports.
Yeah, big play here for Shelley here. Just 5 minutes of first down will probably guarantee that they're going to be able to run this clock down to, really, where the Bulldogs off. If they do get a chance to get the ball back, there'll be limited time on the clock. So, this is a huge play in this game tonight here for Shelley. Is they've really had the ball control, Chris, and they've been able to pick up, those 2 and 3 tough yards on these big plays.
So the teams are out of the timeout. Here comes Shelley up to the line. Bulldogs, after their final words from Coach Knowles and the defensive staff, are out on the defensive side. One receiver out far to the right. Everyone else in tight for Shelley. They fake the handoff, back to pass. They throw it. It's caught. Man out in the flat is wide open. So Shelley goes for the pass. And they get it. Then there's a flag in at the end.
Hitting out of bounds. It's a huge, terrible mistake there by the Bulldogs. They hit him late out of bounds, and they're going to get another 15 yards. You just can't have those kind of mental mistakes. I believe that was Wes Benefield.
So on the dead ball foul, the personal foul, just like that, Shelley's going to have it all the way down inside the 20-yard line, down to the Bulldog 19. And again, a 4th down conversion, and they threw the pass out. But right now, Jay, it doesn't matter whether they pass or run. It's the same area of the field that they're exploiting on almost every play that they've had big yardage from.
Absolutely. Bulldogs expecting run, and then the corner does not, I believe it's the free safety, does not find the receiver his responsibility. And it's an easy toss out to that right side as he leaks out.
Well, a little miscommunication in the backfield that time on 1st down, as that time Brecker Williams turned around and there was nobody to hand off to, so he just had to try and get what he could, and he managed to get back to the line of scrimmage for a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that hasn't been a problem for Shelley so far in this game. These 2nd down 10, 3rd down 10s, they've been able to dial up the right play and really, outfoxing the, Coach Knowles at that time, he brought pressure on that 4th down and short, and boy, they called the right play. They just leaked the guy out there uncovered.
So 2nd down and 10 for Shelley. Just inside the 20. There's a handoff out to the outside, and good defense there by the Bulldogs. Wimmer from behind, one of a couple of Bulldogs, along with Sherrill, it looks like, to stop him again for no gain. So 3rd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, again, that motion, it's that little tricky little belly motion that Shelley's running there. The Bulldogs now keyed on it, and they see it. They know the play's going to go to that right side. Now you're going to look for Shelley to maybe go backside on that. Maybe show that same motion, but maybe go to that weak side of that field as the Bulldogs are pretty aggressive on that play.
So 3rd down now. Ball at the 18-yard line with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half of play here from Barlow Stadium, War Memorial Field. Shelley this time spreads it out, has one back in the backfield. That's number 24, Caden Johnson, along with Brecker Williams, man in motion. And Williams back, flags fly, and they might have taken too much time.
That'd be a big penalty here against that first penalty of the game for Shelley, if that is a delay of game.
Yeah, delay. So they are going to be marked back 5. So instead of 3rd down and
how's that?
10.
Yeah, I guess that's 23-yard line. Yeah.
Yep. The Shelley coaches didn't think that the referee was giving the requisite signal that the clock was about to wind down. But here we go. So a break for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they can get a stop here. Make Shelley have to think about what they're going to do on 4th down. Back to pass. Williams looking. He lobs it up, and it is intercepted. Looks to me like it was picked off. I think the Bulldogs got the interception. They did.
They got the interception. Big play.
Zimmerman comes away, goes up and takes it away from the player that was intended, and what a big play for Sandpoint's defense. They get the stop, and that puts the offense back out on the field with 3:09 left.
Boy, what a good job right there. As again, Zimmerman not fooled on as that back comes out of the backfield, and he just runs a streak down that sideline, and Zimmerman not fooled, and he's able to really kind of get in front of the ball's a little bit underthrown, but he plays the ball and comes up with a huge interception for that junior Jack Zimmerman. Bulldogs catch a break here, but deep into their own side of the field here with about 3:09 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, so Bulldogs now, that's at the 3-yard line, 1st and 10, and they're going to get Pettit with the run up the middle. Pettit's going to get a little bit of breathing room out to the 10, so almost the 11, so 8 on 1st down for the Bulldogs and a nice push by the offensive line on that play.
Absolutely. Good job off of Austin Smith there and Mike Chapman and Ben Stockton. And leading the way was Garrett Cox, and they really just do a good job of allowing Pettit to get out of that end zone.
So 2nd and 2. Pettit throwing on this down. Catch made by Vandenberg. He's out to the 25-yard line. The ball's loose. They say he's down, so it's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. It would have been Sandpoint's either way as Max Frank jumped on it. So the Bulldogs in 2 plays have made it from the 3 to the 25. And now, Jay, you can start thinking about trying to tie this game up before halftime.
Yeah, the Bulldogs still have 2 timeouts, Chris, and that's a great throw right there by Parker Pettit. Just a quick out to Vandenberg, who beats his guy and then is able to turn upfield and pick up some positive yardage.
So the Bulldogs trying to take advantage of the turnover by Shelley. And we've got a pass that's thrown into the near side. It's caught by Newhart. Newhart's out to the 40. Newhart's still on his feet at the 41. And that's where he's going to be knocked down as he drags tacklers with him. That's another 16 yards on first down. Bulldogs with 2:13 left are almost to midfield.
Boy, you just don't see that play call. Again, it looks like the Bulldogs are going to run the ball option off to the left side, but Pettit turns at the other hash mark and throws all the way across the field. Risky play, but pretty well blocked there, and a good job by Newhart catching the ball and then getting some positive yardage after the catch.
So the Bulldogs now trying to erase that 14-point deficit and head into halftime. Sandpoint, of course, will get the ball at the start of the second half. There's a hand up to Cox up the middle. He drives forward. They're going to give him about 3. It's 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, again, just the Bulldogs keeping the Shelley Russett's defense honest here, just off the tackle, hoping for a big play, but they do a good job at that linebacker position, able to get off his block and stop Cox for 3 yards.
Cox now standing right beside Pettit. 4 wides for the Bulldogs. Pettit back to pass, looking, going deep, trying to find a man. It's incomplete and underthrown. Trying to find Max Frank, and kind of threw it between Vandenberg and Frank, who are sort of in the same vicinity.
Yeah, again, just a lot of pressure that time by Parker Pettit. He gets some pressure by number 50, Cody Bowman. The defensive tackle, he beats Durrell. Durrell does a pretty good job, but he just didn't hold that block long enough. And Bulldogs now here in a precarious 3rd down and 7 here with just 1:22 to play.
So 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Pettit back to pass. Looking, comes off his receiver, thinks he's going to run. He is going to try and get it. He's got it in more. He's still on his feet at the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line. We've got an injured Russet on the far side. He's going to get up, and apparently he's only somewhat injured as the coaches help him up. He runs back into the defensive backfield.
Boy, that play's going a lot.
He's still hurting.
That play's going big, and Newhart's down there, trying to get open, and Pettit keeps it. And boy, if Newhart just sees a little bit sooner, he can actually block that corner out there and really do some damage as Pettit was end up being brought down by that same corner. But what a great run and great decision there by this junior quarterback Parker Pettit.
Well, Tony Bradshaw, who was down at the 50, got up. One of his coaches pulled him up, and he started to run in. Obviously, he's got something wrong with his arm or his shoulder, and he ran 20 yards and then went back down. So we've got a timeout for an injury on the field right now. Bulldogs with 1:03 left, looking to tie this one up. Trying to take advantage of a Jack Zimmerman interception deep in Bulldogs' own end, as the injured player is being helped off the field on his own power. So the Bulldogs will line it up at the 39-yard line with a 1st and 10. And they are trying to even this one up. Send it into the halftime the way the game started, all knotted up. 1:02 remaining, first half. Thielbar changing the play here at the end. Looking like he's shooting a 3. If I was calling the play, that would mean go deep. Pettit back, looks to throw. I think he was going to go deep.
It's holding too.
And there's a hold, and there's a sack, and all kinds of bad things happening on that way play for the Bulldogs. I think they were trying to get Kuhn down the middle, and just nothing doing there. And this penalty is really going to knock the Bulldogs back.
Yeah, I didn't see what Thielbar was looking at there. Is that free safety still in the middle? They had 4 defenders off to this right side with the defender back, and we got 3 receivers to this right side, 1 to the left, and And really not a huge advantage there for the Bulldogs, as he was looking to go deep down that middle. And boy, there's a holding call against the left tackle, Darrell, and that really puts the Bulldogs in a situation with 41 seconds left here to play.
Yeah, they're marked all the way back to the 43-yard line. They need to get to the 29 of the Shelley Russets for a first down. Although it is first down, and they have one timeout left. So they will talk it over here on first down and hope to get some of this, get out of bounds or stop the clock again, a couple more plays, and hopefully get one into the end zone. Of course, at this point, you can just about bet Shelley's going to have their safeties is about as far back as you could hope to be with the first down, 27 yards into their backfield.
Yeah, again, that's a passing down the whole way, and the Bulldogs, again, Shelley's playing the pass, and the Bulldogs tried to throw into that. Not a real favorable position there for for this offense, and boy, some pressure brought up by that. They just rushed forward, and they brought some pressure, and Parker just nowhere to throw the ball, and was asked to keep the ball and had nowhere to run.
So here we go for the Bulldogs. First down and 27 after the spot foul holding penalty.
2 safeties now.
Pettit back, looking, throwing it across the middle. He's got a man. It's Kuhn. Kuhn has the first down at the 29-yard line. Wow.
Boy,
that stops the clock with 32 seconds. Oh, there's another flag down. Oh,
no.
It's another hold against the Bulldogs.
And I saw that, Chris, and our lineman had him all right here, and he pile drived him in. But boy, that's a pretty tough call there. By our left guard there, as he does a great job of blocking this guy. Never lets go of him and drives him to the ground. But they're going to call him for holding, and that's going to negate a huge play there by Kuhn.
And that's going to put the Bulldogs at a first and about 6 miles, as they are now down again. At one point, the Bulldogs had a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Shelley. Now the Bulldogs face first and, it says 37. Seems to me like it's more than that, as they are on the 26, and they need to get to the 29-yard line. Pettit back, looking. Now he's still juking around, and he's going to be hit, but he doesn't go down. He throws it now up, grabs into the middle, and it's caught at the 50.
That's a huge play.
Yeah, it's coming back. I think Pettit was beyond the line of scrimmage. It's all the way down inside the 15-yard line, but check the penalty. I think that Parker Pettit stepped across the line of scrimmage. The flag's down
way back
at the 30. We'll see what
I think
the
it's
penalty is.
probably
A lineman downfield, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, boy, getting bailed out here by penalties by the Bulldogs. You just cannot shoot yourself in the foot there. It's a big play for the Bulldogs, all for nothing.
Yeah, and an eligible man downfield. Crowd doesn't like it, but the first time the Bulldogs had that happen, it was pretty lucky they didn't get it. After all of that, and with Parker Pettit nearly at the line of scrimmage, it just it's hard to imagine that the linemen weren't downfield.
No, exactly. But again, understand what the situation is here. First down and 37. Stay back. But they're going to let it go into halftime here.
Yeah, there's no need to do anything nutty here on the final play of the game as the clock is running. In 3, 2, 1. Actually, the Bulldogs are going to try something here at the end. They get it off to Newhart. Newhart's at the 40. Newhart's at the 50, and he's going to be knocked down right there around the 48. So a big play for the Bulldogs, but the half comes to an end with Shelley leading at 14-7. It was action-packed. It was entertaining, and we hope the second half will be equally so, only with more Bulldogs scoring. Coming up next, your Columbia Bank halftime show after this time out here on North Idaho's Radio and Rock 103. Elaine Dunkel back deep to receive. The kicker specialist for the Shelley Russets is Junior Vega. If ever there was a kicker's name, it is Junior Vega.
That is correct.
And he's got it teed up there at the 40-yard line, and we are ready to go here in this third quarter. The kick is a liner. It's going to be taken by Dunkel, I believe, at about the 5-yard line. He's going to hand it off to McCorkle. They've got a return to the near side. He's out to the 30, and a pretty good job there by Shelley to suss that one out and stay home. So the Bulldogs will kick off this second half with the ball right at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, again, the offense is, showing some signs that they can move the ball against this Shelley defense. It's just a matter of just not shooting themselves in the foot and, really moving the chains and maybe a little possession of their own. You just move the chains a little bit, a couple times going for that big, deep ball, and it's really to, kind of stall down some opportunities just to keep the clock and the chains moving.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs with 4 wide. And a fake handoff and then a pass to the outside to Frank. Frank drives forward. He's going to get about 8 out of this one. So a nice play on first down out to the 38-yard line. Fake the handoff, throw the wide receiver screen. Nice job by Ari Vanderberg on the far side to put a block on and get some room for Max Frank.
Yeah, you just take advantage of, the corners just playing 10, 12 yards off of Frank, and he just throw it out there quickly to him. And, Vanderberg gets his block, who's up tight, and you're going to get some nice yardage on that first down play.
So the Bulldogs have Cody Newhart in motion. They fake the handoff. Parker Pettit's going to go right up the middle. He's got the first down and a few more across the 40 out to the 42. And the Bulldogs, 2 plays and a first down. We'll reset the chains, and the drive continues.
Yeah, pretty easy read right there for Parker Pettit. He just looks at the middle linebacker. Middle linebacker is basically just wherever Carrick Cox goes, that guy goes. And, he sees him, as he fakes the handoff to Cox to the right side, he sees him go, and he just keeps it and finds some nice room off the left side and the first down for the Bulldogs.
Well, looks like some pressure being feigned there by Shelley on this first down. Once again, now they come. They're not just feigning, they throw it, and it's caught by the Bulldogs. Cody Newhart, who then gets away from the tackler, was trying to steal the ball from him. Newhart was having none of it, so he got almost down to another first down.
And that's called weight room right there. Pretty, ball thrown a little bit behind Cody Newhart there, but a good job as Newhart corrals it and then just fights off the would-be tackler and picks up. And that should be a first down there for the Bulldogs. And boy, way to fight for a good fight. And he won that battle there for Newhart, and he picks up another Bulldog first down.
That's right, 10 right on the nose as the ball sits on the 48-yard line now of Shelley. Bulldogs looking for the tying score here as we have got 10 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Just underway, second half on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103. Pettit back again, looking, trying to go deep. He's got Newhart wide open. Newhart has it at the 20. He's down to the 15. He's to the 10. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. Bulldogs strike first in the second half. Beautiful pass by Pettit. Newhart wide open, and the Bulldogs an extra point away from tying this one at 14.
Yeah, you'll take that one-on-one there. At that time, there's no safety in the middle of the field, Chris, and you basically got one-on-one with Newhart, who's lined up in the slot to this to the wide side of the field, and he just kind of works his way down and then runs that deep flag pattern. As Frank, actually no, it was Kuhn, and he takes his defender into the middle of the field, and it's wide open and perfectly thrown ball there by Parker Pettit.
Extra point is up, and it is good. Just inside the left side of the upright. So the Bulldogs have tied this one up at 14. This scoring update brought to you by Jalapenos Mexican Restaurant. For the finest Mexican food, check them out on 2nd Avenue in Sandpoint. And now with a convenient pickup window, Bulldogs pick up the touchdown, tie this game up. And now it's time to see if the Bulldog defense has come up with something from halftime adjustments.
Absolutely. You can't play on your heels, Chris, and look for them to again, utilize that play action fake, and they've been able to really just fake that handoff, roll the quarterback to the right. And he's got some open receivers just kind of leaking out into that backfield, downfield, and it's really important for our strong safeties and our corners to really find out find their guy, and if he releases, you got to follow him.
So as the Bulldogs get set to kick it away, the two gentlemen back deep to receive will be Riker Klinger and number 8, Jackson Byington. And if your job is kick returner against the Sandpoint Bulldogs, it's a job that you're not going to get to very often, as the ball goes into and through the end zone, as it does many a time. And even that one, probably not Kuhn's best effort, but he still managed to get it through the end zone.
Yeah, that one's just a line drive, but he kicks it right down the middle of the field between he's basically splitting the 2 return guys. And boy, tough one to even handle as that ball hits about the 5-yard line and hits hard and into the end zone.
So at the 20, that's where the offense will pick up once again for Brecker Williams and the Shelley Russets. Russets going right to left. They're headed towards the northern end of Barlow Stadium or Memorial Field. They come out in their tight formation on first down and hand it off, and not much doing first down as they try this near side of the field of the Bulldog defense. And at the bottom of the pile that time was Ballison.
Yeah, again, just running it, again, they don't mind. They're going to keep you honest. They're going to run it up the middle there. Nothing happened there as the Bulldog defensive line does a good job of just stacking it up. But they, our problem is when they fake it there, they're allowing our guys, their guys to get outside there, and they're able to catch that edge and pick up big plays.
So here we go on second down again, tight with one man in motion. They hand it off right up the middle, and a short gain to about the 25-yard line. So a 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Russets. They handed it off to Riker Klinger, who had a little bit of a foot in the first half. They taped him up. He's got a little bit of a gimp, but he managed to get 4 on that one.
Yeah, again, look for that little play action fake here. As they've been able to really find their guys getting off that line of scrimmage. The tight end or the running back, out to the that short side of the field to see what Shelley has here. Big situation here for this Bulldog defense. 3rd and 5. You got to get out the field, force them to punt here.
So Skylar Robinson in the backfield now. Man in motion brings trips to the near side. And back to pass Williams. He's looking. He's going to run. He's got some room, and he's going to first down and more as he breaks out of a tackle. Let's see. Maybe he stepped out before the first down. It looks like the tightrope didn't work, and he's out of bounds.
Boy,
so it's going to be
play.
A 4th down.
Yeah, Vandenberg had him out to the left side, and again, you've got to force the quarterback towards the middle. He allows him to get to the edge, and boy, fortunate break for the Bulldogs is he runs out of bounds. Is really good job. I didn't catch a number for the Bulldog, but the corner there, I believe it was Barlow, could have been McCorkle, was there to really get off his block and force him to step out of bounds.
So we've got our first punt of this game, and back deep is Garrett Cox to receive the punt. It's a liner to the near side, well away from Cox and out of bounds. And actually, no, it rolls. It takes a Shelley roll back into the middle of the field, all the way down inside the 19. What a punt for Caden Kidman. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds, and it just hit the point and bounced right back in, just as you would have planned it.
Yeah, just 52 yards there as the ball was snapped at the 29-yard line. It gets all the way down inside the Bulldogs 20 to the 19. Let's see what the Bulldogs offense. Boy, they really haven't struggled running, moving the football here so forth. But this is the first big break, and good job for that defense to get off the field and force these Shelley Russets to punt the ball here. And the Bulldogs looking to go back-to-back and scoring.
That's right, Sandpoint now with the football and even up for the first time in this ball game. A chance to take the lead if they can punch it in. Of course, a lot of ways to go. Back to pass Pettit. Pettit has it tipped at the line. It's incomplete.
No, it went off the foot.
It went off the foot, and one of the Bulldogs caught it, and it's going to be a loss of play on the play. But wow,
again, that's a situation where Max Frank, that ball comes off as the ball was tipped by that lineman, but it hit the back end of the Bulldog defender. I think it was I think it was the offensive lineman's heel.
Foot, yeah.
Goes up, but you just got to knock that thing down. Don't take the negative play. Boy, huge break there for Shelley.
Yeah, so instead of an incomplete, it's a completed pass and a loss of 7. So 2nd and 17, hand up the middle to Cox. Cox gets to the outside, now cuts it back inside, and then flags down.
They're going to call holding on Vandenberg there, but boy, he had a great job of blocking there as he seals his guy and throws him down, but they're going to call him holding. Boy, I don't know. But that's the Bulldogs again going to go backwards. That's going to be half the distance to the goal line. The Bulldogs will be stuck here in 2nd down and about 22.
Boy, penalties have really been the bane of the Bulldogs on offense in their last possession of the first half and this current possession of this half. So Sandpoint now second and long, second and 22, as they're now back almost at their own goal line. At least Garrett Cox is standing at about the half-yard line on second and long. Pettit back to pass looking. Now he's going to run. Gets to the outside, fakes a pass, fakes another one, keeps it, dives forward, gets a lot of it back. It's going to be third down now and about 11 as he got all the way out to the 19, it looks like. And so the Bulldogs going to be at a third down. They'll mark it at the 18. And so, yeah, third down and almost 10. So that was a pretty good play by Pettit.
Boy, good job by Pettit. Again, nobody open down the field. Shelley does a great job of just staying with the intended receivers. As he was looking to that right side to Vandenberg and Frank, and nobody comes open, and he's able to keep it all the way around that left side, Chris, and pick up some nice yards on that quarterback keep.
So the Bulldogs here, third down and long, trying to keep the football in their possession. Pettit back. Pretty good protection. He looks, he throws. He's got a man.
Oh, he dropped it.
Max Frank had a first down and would have. He turned and started to run before he hauled it in. And it's going to be a fourth down, and the Bulldogs have an injury.
Boy, Newhart's down, and he does not look good. Looks like, boy, that'd be an unfortunate break here for the Bulldogs. As Newhart, he just kind of crumpled there at the 31-yard line. Boy, but Frank's got to catch that ball wide open, first down at the 32-yard line. That ball well thrown, and he's got to corral that in there, Chris. And boy, just a drop.
So that's going to make a fourth down, and the Bulldogs are going to have to punt it right back to Shelley after getting the stop. And concern for Cody Newhart, who. Boy, sure didn't look like it looked like one of those non-contact knee situations. So he's going to get some help off the field. He can't really put a lot of pressure on that right leg right now. So the Bulldogs will send the punt team out, and hopefully Blake Sherrill can get one of his best efforts off. Now Newhart giving a little more pressure. So apparently he collided with the defender. So maybe a bruised situation. Of course, Newhart feeling it right now. He's definitely in some pain. And back deep to receive for Shelley is their number 5, Caden Kidman. He's standing at about his 41-yard line. Sherrill, good snap. Kicks it away from the returner. See if he can get the kind of roll that they got. Not nearly as good, but still pretty good. Inside the 30, down to the 29. So the teams trade ends of the field and punts, and the Bulldog defense is back out there with the score knotted at 14. 6:21 left here in the third quarter of action. And this scoring update brought to you by Interstate Concrete, a proud supporter of Bulldog football for more than 30 years.
Boy, nice punt there by Sherrill. He gets 51 yards net on that punt, Chris. He puts the Shelley all the way back down in their 29-yard line. But the Bulldogs have a golden opportunity there to move the change there on third down and 11. And, Max Frank's just unable to corral a perfectly thrown football there by Parker Pettit. The defense here asked again to come up with a stop and force a punt.
So Shelley lines up in their tight formation. Sends a man in motion, and then there's a handoff right off tackle and a big hit, but a nice gain out across the 35. And Coda Hartley, after delivering the hit, he's a little gimpy. So he's going to probably have to come off the field as he goes back down. So a gain of 8, and the Bulldogs are going to be down to their third string free safety, Jay.
Oh, yeah. It looked like, he just got looks like a lower leg injury there for Coda Hartley. Pretty gimpy, but you're bringing in Max Frank, who's he's a player. He can get it done there at free safety, but something that he hasn't done a lot of this season.
Hartley looking at his leg, his ankle. So he's actually, he wants to stay in, but that's not going to happen. He's going to jog off. I guess he's okay. He got a stinger in his shin.
Boy, yeah, big run there that time off the right side there. Again, Shelley just sends a man in motion, kind of really gap out to that right side, and he just keeps it off behind that right side of the offensive line and picks up, really had a ton of speed heading downhill there and picks up 8 yards on that last carry.
So handoff, nothing. Good job by Joseph Hughes to stack it up for no gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, great job there by Joseph Hughes. He gets off his block and finds the ball, which is really hard to do when you're inside there at that, that defensive end, and you got the guys on the outside of you. They're really trying to pin you in, but he's able to shed his blocker and get off of it and make a nice tackle and really just kind of hold him up there. And a couple other Bulldogs come over to help finish it off, but no gain on that play as the Russets now looking at a 3rd down and a long 2 here with just 5:15 left here in the 3rd quarter. Game tied 14-all.
So Shelley comes out, lines up tight. They've got their backup tailback, Skylar Robinson, in behind the quarterback. Handoff is to the outside, and there is nothing doing that time as they gave it to Caden Kidman. Kidman loses 2, and all of a sudden Shelley is unable to get a first down for their 2nd straight drive, and the Bulldogs will be getting the punt after Kidman punts it away. Nice job there by the Bulldog defense.
Boy, good job. Joseph Hughes, and then who was that? Was that Wes Benefield on that tackle, or maybe it was
so.
Lane Dunkel on that play there to really kind of find the key. Watch the pulling guards tackles as they pulled everybody to that left side, and he's able to read his key and drop him for a loss on the play.
So punt taken at the 25, now at the 30. The 32 still working. He's got a seam at the 40, at the 50, finally knocked out of bounds inside Shelley territory. Garrett Cox with a great return, ran away from about 3 tacklers, then picked up the wall, and the Bulldogs have it inside of Shelley territory to start this drive.
Yeah, boy, Shelley had him kind of pinned on that far side, Chris, all the way at the 27-yard line, and boy, Garrett Cox, you're just not going to catch the guy one-on-one. And what a good job of Garrett Cox just kind of working his way sideways across the field and then finally catches that edge. And boy, good blocking at that point, and then he's up the sideline and into Shelley territory.
So 34 yards on the return for Cox, and then he's going to get the carry on first down, and the ball is out to about the 43, so about 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Boy, yeah, just again, it's in that tight formation, that wing tee, and that time Cox has a nice little seam behind Chapman and Austin Smith, and boy, he does a good job of just picking his way and gets grabbed by the foot and tackled, but a good gain there on first down.
Yep, 2nd and 6 again out of the wing tee. They hand it off to Cox up the middle. Cox driving forward, rolling over guys. He's down to the 37. That should be enough for a first down as he delivers the blow at the end. And that should be enough. It is. Bulldogs out of the wing tee, turn the tee into a 1. The first down as the Bulldogs have it at the 37.
Yeah, good job again blocking, downfield there by Vandenberg and then the running or the second level of the left side of that offensive line, Carson Laybourne.
Spread out this time the Bulldogs are. They fake the ball on the handoff and then try to get it to Max Frank. He makes the catch and gets forward for about 3. He's down to the 34. So it'll be 2nd and 7 as Parker kind of had to sidearm that one over and through some traffic to get it to Max Frank.
Boy, good job. I'll give my hats off to this defensive front for Shelley. They were really quick to get off the ball, and they try to get their hands in those throwing lanes. But a good job right there by Parker Pettit delivering the ball to Max Frank.
2nd down, fake handoff, now back to pass, stop and go. Ari Vandenberg trying
holding
to get it,
yeah.
And there's a flag down in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, they held him, I think. Now, I don't see a
so
flag.
Far there's no flag, but there was a holding, or else that would have been 6. So it'll be 3rd down now and 7. Vandenberg was open, but after the hold just couldn't corral it.
Yeah, just he kind of got a shirt grab from behind there. Just a pretty cagey play there by that defensive back, but just kind of slowed him down in that route. But that's a touchdown there if Parker just throws that ball a little bit closer.
3rd down, pass this time to Vandenberg is caught. He's inside the 20, inside the 25. Should be down inside the 24. That's a first down, and the Bulldogs move the chains and are closing in on taking the lead in this one for the first time tonight.
Yeah, again, a nice little throw there. Again, just it's pretty simple. Vandenberg just a little 5-yard out. Parker leads in perfectly, and he's able to turn upfield and pick up 8 yards and a Bulldog first down.
Pettit looking over to the sideline after a few claps, has Garrett Cox right behind him, trips off to the far side. Max Frank near side as a lone receiver. They're looking for Frank, going for the end zone. The ball's up in the air, and it is intercepted in the end zone.
It is. That's a bad turnover there by Parker Pettit. He just underthrows it.
Two players are fighting for it in the end zone, but that's going to be a touchback, as it was Frank ended up wrestling it away from the Shelley player, but he had already corralled it and come down.
You can't underthrow that ball. You've got to throw it to where your receiver is going to make that play, but you can't underthrow that football, and that's just a poor throw there by Parker Pettit. Unfortunately, he's having a great night tonight, Chris, but you just can't underthrow that football in this situation.
So the Bulldogs trying to strike from the near 30-yard line again, turn it over. So each team with an interception, one in the end zone, one nearly at the end zone. We've traded punts here in this third quarter. Bulldogs do have a score. We're not at 14 with 2:42 left, but Shelley back on the attack. Pitch to the outside, looking for room, and not much there. As a good job, Kobe Barlow comes up and doesn't make the tackle, but really mucks up that play and causes enough of a slowdown for the help to come from the inside.
No, absolutely. And at that time, a good job by Wes Benefield, who sees it. He gets kind of through the traffic there of the blocking, and as Kobe Barlow, great job, forces him back inside and allows Wes Benefield working hard to make that play. But again, the Bulldog defense here, tough task here to get again off the field here and force Shelley to punt.
So 2nd down and 10. Shelley with no yards on first down. Now they come out in spread formation, put a man in motion. Quarterback rolling to the near side. Williams looks. It's tipped up in the air, and it's intercepted. Ball is tipped by Benefield, I believe, and Zimmerman comes up with it. And the Bulldogs, just like that, have it right back.
Boy, what a great job there by Wes Benefield. Gets his hands in the quarterback thing. Everything's short there. 3 receivers just all kind of bunched out there, and the quarterback rolling to his left. Benefield gets his hand on it, but boy, that's what Jack Zimmerman is, man. He's a center fielder in baseball. That time he sees the ricochet. He makes a play on the ball, and boy, another huge interception, huge play there by Jack Zimmerman. It's Bulldog D.
And the Bulldog defense is really fired up right about now, too. And let's see if the Bulldog offense can take advantage here. 1:55 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs, for the third time tonight, trying to get their first lead. They fake the handoff on the side, but Cox has got it up the middle. A little trickeration in the backfield, and Garrett Cox is to the 5. It is 1st and goal for the Sandpoint Bulldogs.
Boy, you love that. Ben Stockton, Carson Laybourne, Wyland Durrell, Vandenberg leading the way, and then boom, Cox gets right behind him, and he gets a big gain all the way down inside the 10-yard line, about the 6-yard line here for the Bulldogs. Or 3-yard line, excuse me.
So it's 1st and goal. They have the ball
at the 5.
At about the 5, yeah, just inside the 5 it looks like. 1:25 left third quarter. Pettit up the middle. Pettit driving forward. Pettit knocked down at the 1. 2nd and goal, but the Bulldogs are on the doorstep.
Boy, yeah, the Bulldogs, again, a nice little job right there by Parker Pettit. Nice little ball fake. He reads it. He's able to keep it behind, again, Ben Stockton, the junior center, and then Austin Smith at right guard, and he's able to pick up 4 yards, and the Bulldogs looking to take their first lead of the night.
So Pettit right up under center. Looks like they're going to go for the sneak up the middle. Pettit driving forward.
He's in.
Looks like he's in. No signal yet. Still waiting. There it is. Bulldogs have their first lead. It's now 20-14, and that's 20 straight in case you're wondering, as the Bulldogs will now try to put the extra point up and go up by 7 here in the final minute of the third quarter of this state quarterfinal playoff game here on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103.
Boy, yeah, again, Parker Pettit, just strong. He's got strong legs in the weight room. He's a guy that can squat a lot of weight. And, boy, that time he just uses all that strength, and he's able to get in the end zone.
Coon's extra point is up. It's straight down the pipe. And the Bulldogs lead it 21-14 with 45 seconds left in this third quarter. We will keep it here and wait for the break at the end of the quarter. And remind you that this scoring update brought to you by Sun Rental, proudly supporting the Bulldogs since 1979. They're at everything under the sun, Sun Rental. So the Bulldogs had a chance to score earlier in this quarter, Jay, and just couldn't get it done. But the defense stepped up, gave it right back to the offense. They took advantage, and the Bulldogs have their first lead of the night.
My hat's off to Jack Zimmerman, who's first time on varsity, working through his way through 3 or 4 games, boy. But ever since that Lewiston game, he got his first interception, and then all of a sudden he's really turned it on, Chris. He's came up with some big plays for the Bulldogs. A pick 6 against Moscow Bears, an interception last week. He's got 2 tonight. Again, the kid's really, he steps up in big moments, and boy, what a great job by Jack Zimmerman and his Bulldog defense here to start this into the second half. Bailing out that offense for the Bulldogs as they turn the ball over in the end zone, and Jack comes in and really comes up with that big play.
So Last Coon, after putting up the extra point, is now ready to kick it away. Pair of players back deep. This one is going to be high and short. It's going to be taken at about the 8-yard line, so a return this time, but not much happening. It started at the 8, it ended at the 12, and let me guess, who could have made that tackle?
Wes Bedefield. Again, I love it when the Bulldogs, you have this kicker. It kicks it always in the end zone, and at some point it's like, it's just going to go in the end zone. They weren't prepared. They weren't ready. They think the ball's going to go in the end zone. They a nice high kick allows the coverage team to get down the field and cover it. Now they're stuck inside their 15 at the 13-yard line here. For Shelley is, and boy, good job right there by the coaching staff to say, hey, let's see if they can block this return, and the Bulldogs come up with a big play.
So the defense back out there for the Bulldogs, looking to get yet another stop now. Brecker Williams, the quarterback, and they hand it off up the middle to about the 14, and maybe a yard this time. And this Caden Kidman, as Wimmer makes the tackle, so it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, just, again, follow your keys. You see that guard pull, it's a trap play. So understand, don't go for the fake to the right. If that guard pulls to the left, that's your assignment. You're going to plug that gap. They're going to follow that lead. They're going to follow any lead or pull from that offensive line. That's the key of this, the defense, is understand who's pulling. Wherever they're pulling, you got to fill those gaps.
So that's your third quarter of action. Bulldogs now lead it 21-14. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103.
Get outside. That's a great job of containment by the Bulldogs defensive end, forcing back into the gut of that defense where there's a bunch of Bulldogs there to help out.
So here we go. Trips to the near side, 3rd and long. Back to pass. There's a pass that's caught, and it's going to be enough for a first down as out of the backfield and running out there once again. Bulldog was right in the vicinity, just sort of let him have it, and then they got it, and now it's a first down.
Yeah, and, again, McCorkle will understand the situation. You're the corner. You're going to see you got to play your receiver. I'd come up a little bit closer, make him throw it over the top of you. But again, he just allows this guy to peel it off at 5 yards. He throws it and picks up 7 and a first down for Shelley. It's a good play design. But McCorkle's a senior. He's got to do a better job of understanding the situation.
So 1st and 10 now for Shelley as they get to the 30-yard line. They hand it off up the middle, and there's nothing doing. Ball's loose. Bulldogs say they have it. Bulldogs say they do. Bulldogs get the fumble recovery.
Boy, Lane Dunkel gets in there, knocks the ball loose, and then I don't see who came up with it. It looked like Tyson Case comes up with the recovery, number 66.
That's right. So Sandpoint gets the stop and gets the ball back at the 32-yard line. And with 10:42 left in this one, if the Bulldogs can punch this one in, that would really go a long way towards that. Now you're down to the point where you're Shelley in this, run it offense. It really, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're going to force to do something that you probably don't want to do. You don't want to, not known as a passing team. But again, the Bulldogs offense just really got things going. 21 unanswered points here, but just take care of the ball. And you're going to see a strong dose of Garrett Cox probably and Parker Pettit and hopefully just move the change, right? Look for Vandenberg and Frank just on those quick little out patterns, some little quick curls in the middle of the field.
So a handoff to Cox up the middle on first down. That's 3. And so it's 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Sandpoint getting situated. Kuhn in the slot right now. Vandenberg on the near side as the Bulldogs again line up tight. One receiver wide on the outside. Now Pettit's going to run it around the outside. Gets away from someone chasing him and gets inside the 25 down to about the 23. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1 as the Bulldogs close in on a first down if they can gain a yard right now.
Boy, yeah, that just didn't really fool anybody. The Bulldogs usually don't keep it in that situation on that tight formation. That's the first time I've seen Pettit keep it along that outside. But, Shelley does a pretty good job at tracking Parker Pettit, who had a nice little angle there to pick up a first down, but they were able to stop him a yard shy.
Yeah, he ran away from Braxton Fielding in the backfield and then was able to get the yardage necessary to get close to the first down. Let's see if the Bulldogs can finish it off. Hand off to Cox. He dives forward and is probably going to get it. Boy, they met him in the backfield, but Cox just lurched himself just literally like a missile far enough for the Bulldogs to get the first down at the 22-yard line.
Oh, absolutely, Chris. And again, who gets lower, and Cox gets lower, at 5'7", and he's just a bowling ball out there, and he's able to really just get low and get the guy off his legs and be able to lurch forward for that 1 yard. A great effort there by the senior running back.
So the Bulldogs line up this time in their spread formation, 4 wide with Garrett Cox right next to Pettit. Pettit back, fakes, looking, throwing for the end zone. It's up, and it is going to be intercepted again. Double coverage. And another late pass, that one intended for Vandenberg, and it's a interception at the 1 yard line.
Boy, he had the free safety just back there. He's got to put a little more zip on that ball. He allowed the free safety to come all the way across the field and make a play on that ball as Vandenberg had his guy beat on that corner. That's going to be a touchdown, but the ball just not there fast enough, and boy, the free safety comes over and makes a huge play.
So the Bulldogs with a chance to extend their lead, and they are denied.
Yeah, but I tell you what, the Russets right here, they're inside their own 1 yard line here. The Bulldog defense, see if they can't come up with a big play, get some pressure back in that backfield.
So they run out and come out wide. They hand it off in the end zone and then driving forward.
Another fumble.
2 or 3 yards. And down at the 5 yard line. No, I don't think there was a fumble on that one, Jay.
Boy, it looked like
Caden Kidman may have been bobbling it momentarily, but he was able to keep control.
Looked like he was bottled up, was able to dive forward. Looked like he was going to be stopped about the 2 or 3 yard line, Chris.
Boy, if the Bulldogs do not hold on to this lead or win this game, Jay, they'll just have missed opportunity after missed opportunity to think about during the offseason.
Hey, yeah, exactly, Chris. And this Bulldog defense came up with some big stops here so far here in this this second half.
Now we got flags down and a procedure penalty going against the Russets, so they're going to be backed up a few yards there, half the distance. Will make it a second down and about 8 from inside their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, the Bulldogs just two big offensive turnovers here. You know, looking to put some more points on the board to really extend that lead, and just unable to connect there. And Shelley coming up with some big plays. I mean, that was a great play by the free safety for Shelley, who came all the way from the middle of the field to make that play.
So second down and 8. Shelley, quarterback keeper up the middle. Not much happening. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Might get 1. Maybe to the 4-yard line. So it's going to be another 3rd and long for Shelley, deep in their own end of the field.
Absolutely. Now you're going to look for Shelley again. You know, they got McCorkle lined up one-on-one with their go-to receiver, Chris, and to see if McCorkle, maybe plays this a little more straight up and comes up and breaks on that ball. But look for them to, probably air it out here a little bit on a quick hitch pattern.
So Shelley now out of the huddle. Clock continuing to roll. 7.5 left in this contest in third down. Back to pass. Williams throws it out. It's tipped, and McCorkle steps in front of it and tips it away, and it'll be 4th down and a punting situation once again.
And that's what you're talking about this time, McCorkle. You knew that, not to say that I'm a genius here, but you knew this was coming. They're going to put their best receiver against our best corner and see if he can't make a play. And that time, McCorkle doesn't go for the long bomb there. He plays it pretty nice and tight, and is able to get a hand on it and force these guys to punt. The Bulldogs going to get the ball with great field position here.
Yeah, Cox standing at Shelley's 40-yard line. And this punt is going to be low. It's going to be a liner. It's going to be picked up by Cox, who somehow manages to keep the ball. Most importantly, he's going to be dragged down. Boy, that was risky. I mean, he went the first half of the season. He never tried to field one. And there on this one, he's trying to pick up a grounder with the Shelley players bearing down on him.
Yeah, look for the Bulldogs. Hopefully, you go into this. You got 7 minutes to play. You're up by 7. You're in control of this game. You got field position here on this next drive. Let's see if the Bulldogs can't do a little pound and ground here and use those offensive linemen and really move the ball forward. 3, 4, 5 yards. Cox has been having a great night so far running the football.
And there's a fake to Cox. Pettit's going to go right up the middle. He rams forward inside the 40 down to the 38. That's a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Yeah, again, that time, Cox looked like he had a lot of room off to the left side, but Pettit chooses to keep it. As that time, the linebacker does not follow Cox around that edge, and Parker does a great job of getting 4 yards.
So second down and 6. Bulldogs shift 3 wides. Ari Vandenberg in the backfield. And a handoff to Cox this time around the outside. He's at the 35. He straight arms and gets knocked out inside the 35, down to about the 32. That's enough for a first down.
Boy, a lot of white jerseys that time around Cox. Again, that time, Coach Steelbar says, hey, if they're going to allow Cox to get to that corner, we'll take that 8 yards and that first down.
So the Bulldogs now have played literally this entire half on Shelley's side of the field, it seems like, but only lead at 21-14. 6:24 left. Another score would pretty much put this one into the ice cream machine. But the Bulldogs have been down here before, Jay, and come away empty.
Absolutely. It's just ball safety here. Take care of the ball. No turnovers. Let's run some clock off.
There's a handoff to Cox. He's looking for the outside. He's at the 30. He dives, and he's, hurdling and then getting hammered down at the 25. But that's a good 6 yards and a second down and 4 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Boy, Cox is just so quick, Chris, on those. Once he looks at the middle, he wants to run off that right side between Smith and Chapman, and doesn't like it. He just bumps it outside and picks up 6. A great hard run there by Garrett Cox.
So 2nd and 4. This time Bulldogs line up tight. They've used this formation more than they have almost all year. There's a run up the middle for Cox. He's inside the 20 and down to about the 18, 17-yard line. That's a good 8 yards and another Bulldog first down. And as requested, Jay, ground and pound. Bulldogs ramming it down their throat right now.
Absolutely. Make them stop it. Let this clock run. You're down to about, the clock stops here with the first down, but you're going to be inside 5:30 here with the clock running here on this next snap. No need to hurry.
Bulldogs get the play.
Clock should be running. Yeah, everybody's run the clock.
And we've got a false start, it looks like, against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, again, this clock team over here, they're kind of new to it. Unfortunately, we lost one of the true Bulldogs, Ryan Moore, here this last week, complications of COVID, and him and his dad have run this clock. His grandfather ran this clock for decades, and unfortunately, they're going through a hard time. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him, but understand you got to run the clock. You got to run the clock. First down doesn't mean a dead ball. Once they put it in play, you got to run the clock. You get 25 seconds.
So the Bulldogs are marked back 5. It's 1st and 15. Again, tight in the wing T formation here on this first down. They hand it off again up the middle to Cox, who he runs into a wall. So it's going to be 2nd down and 14. KJ, we're getting to this point. How far out do you think Las Coon could kick a field goal?
I don't think you're kicking a field goal in this situation, Chris. There's too many, I just don't see it. But I believe they can put it in from about 50 yards. But again, they're hoping the Bulldogs here, 1st and 15, maybe a long 14 here. Hopefully the Bulldogs or make it 2nd down. Hopefully they can pick up 1st down here.
So they've got trips to the near side. One receiver off to the far side. Of course, one of their big weapons, Cody Newhart, out of this one. Bulldogs going deep. Got a man in the end zone. It's Frank. He can't come up with it. He was trying to make sure his feet were in. He had plenty of room in the end zone, and he just didn't run through that ball, and that's an incompletion, and it's now 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, you'd like to see the Bulldogs just try to get to 10 or 15 yards, put it in a situation where it's a manageable 3rd down and short. Instead, they go for the long bomb. And again, Frank is open in the back of the end zone, but boy, a tough spot to catch the ball.
Yes.
Understand, catch the ball first, worry about your feet second.
So 3rd down now for the Bulldogs. Fake handoff, Pettit runs it into the middle. Pettit on his feet, still with it, dives to the 10. Ooh, this is going to set up a 4th down. It's going to be 4th down and about 1.5 yards.
Well, we like that. Yeah, you got to go for it. You don't put your field goal kicker on the field in this situation with about 4 minutes to go.
So the Bulldogs now, I think we're going to see a Bulldog timeout here at the end of this play clock. Coach Knowles looking at the clock. Nobody really seems too interested in snapping the football. So the Bulldogs now still talking it over.
Yeah, I just don't like
the clock continues to run.
The back judge still hasn't shown his hands here. He's probably lost count.
Now there's going to be a timeout. So the Bulldogs will call timeout with 3:33 left. It is 21-14 Sandpoint. The Bulldogs have the ball on the 10. They say it is 4th and 2, but they only need about the 8.5. So it's a good 1.5 yards for the 1st down.
Boy, you might even go heavy here. Bring in Wes Benefield. When Wes Benefield's a big kid too, maybe lead the way. They're gonna.
I think they're going for the field goal, Jay.
They're going to kick the field goal. That is just not what I'm. That's just not what I'm just not feeling that. I'm just not feeling it.
They are. They're sending the field goal team out there.
Huh? Oh, God, what are they doing? Boy, that's a tough one.
Well, we'll see. I was talking with Coach Knowles after our interview. I think it was last week, and we were talking about the decisions, right? And he says, "Yeah, I go for 2, and I'm a genius when it's right, when it's good, right? And if it's not good, then I'm not." So here we go. Kuhn in for the field goal, the 27-yard field goal that would put the Bulldogs up by 2 scores with 3.5 minutes left. Snap is down. Kick is up. It is good. No, they say no good. They say it's missed wide to the right. Wow.
That is just unbelievable. I would not.
Wow.
I would take the chances with your offense and get that first down. Boy, that field goal kick. This is Bulldogs defense now has got to come up huge here. Just 3.5 minutes left here to play in this game. The defense has done a great job, but you're going to look at Shelley. They're going to pull out all the stops here. They got 3 timeouts, and
it's four-down territory.
For them too. So that's a tough spot here for the Bulldogs defense.
So here we go. Shelley with a chance to tie this game, maybe send it to overtime. There's a play that's not going anywhere as the quarterback, Williams, rolls out. Joseph Hughes was in his face. He managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Boy, just a great job right there by Joey Hughes just to get off his block, and then as the quarterback's looking to roll out to the right side, he's got trips to this side, and he's looking for the deep ball, and boy, Joey Hughes just puts pressure on him early and forces him back in the middle, and the Bulldogs stop him for sack him for a 1-yard loss.
Shelley has all 3 of their timeouts. It's 2nd down and 10. Once again, back to pass Williams, looking, throwing deep. It is going to be knocked down and almost intercepted. Could have been offensive pass interference. And Canyon Alpin is down after he tried to break that pass up. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 now.
Boy, good job right there by Max Frank, just playing center field, just using his ball hawking skills. But boy, he tries to high point that ball and just unable to really kind of put his hands out in front of him and catch the ball, but he allows the offensive receiver to come in from behind and poke it away. Good job by the receiver who's down on the field to really
to save the game for them, because if that's intercepted, that's probably going to be it. And wow, what a game we've had for you. The Bulldogs were down 14-0. They've scored 21 unanswered, but they have had chances to already have this game in the bag, turning it over inside the 20-yard line twice in this half. First time they were able to come right back off a Bulldog turnover and get it right back. This last time, the Bulldogs tried the field goal that would have put them up by 10 and essentially sealed it, and they couldn't get it. Now the player down on the field is now up, and it's going to be 3rd and long, and that Max Frank nearly coming up with an interception there. The Bulldogs hold on to this victory. They will be at home next week. Looking for my thing against Blackfoot, who put the hurting on Napa, 28-0 in the state semifinal. Boy, all those teams from the East.
Yes.
They got a bunch of them still alive. Shelley, Blackfoot, Pokey, Skyline. So here we go, 3rd and long. So if you don't get this 3rd and long, you've got 3 timeouts. Do you possibly take your chances and punt it? Or do you
it's 4 down
go
territory
for it here if you throw another incomplete on 4th down and 11?
Yeah, Shelley's just going to be looking here to maybe get 5 or 6 yards and just kind of keep it in a manageable 4th down situation here, 4th and short. See if the Bulldogs can't bring some pressure.
Williams back, looking, throwing. It's caught, but it's a very short gain.
Jack
Might
Zimmerman
have got 2, and Zimmerman's there again just to knock him down. So now it's 4th down and 9. And timeout on the field as Shelley's going to call timeout on that far side. So they use one of their 3. So forget the whole we're going to, kick it away because we have 3 timeouts. They've only got 2. So it's last gasp time now for Shelley. It's going to be 4th down and 9. And the Bulldog defense maybe one play away from pretty much assaulting this game away and sending the Bulldogs into the semifinals next week.
Yeah, again, a big play here for the Bulldog defense. 4th down and 8. What you don't want to do is you don't want to give up the big play, right? So it's kind of decision time. You maybe put the Bulldogs in here in a 2 safety deep, where you got it covered on both sides and force them to really, make a pretty good throw in that situation. I like to cover 2 call if the Bulldogs pull it, but certainly you don't want to have these cornerbacks one-on-one on that outside and a chance for that double move at a big play.
All right, 3 wides and 1 back this time for Shelley. 4th down and 9. Fake handoff. Williams rolling. Hughes after him. Quarterback decides to run. He's going to be knocked down at the 29-yard line. That is not enough for a first down. The Bulldogs will take over on downs at the 29-yard line.
Boy, huge play right there is, again, they roll the quarterback out. They're looking to throw their got 2 receivers running pretty well covered. And then that time, the Bulldog gets a number on the outside. The pull block went away, but Joey Hughes comes over and crushes him there, about 2 yards, 3 yards short of that first down. The Bulldogs are going to survive this one here tonight, Chris. And a great quarterfinal game here for the Bulldogs.
No kidding. Sandpoint, Shelley came out and just put it to the Bulldogs in their first 2 possessions, scored 14 points early. And then, the Bulldogs got 1 in the second quarter. They got 2 in the third. They've had numerous opportunities here in the fourth to salt it away. And the defense has just done the job here in the second half. There's a handoff to Cox. Cox drives forward. He's going to be tackled right away. 1 yard gain. Timeout. 2:11 left. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this on North Idaho's radio and Rock 103. Of course, all of us up here are,
fired up Bulldogs.
Fired up Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs here, second down and 9. I know, Shelley's, they're going to bring, run blitzes. They're going to try to cover every gap because they know the Bulldogs, they want to run the football here. Let's see if the clock just went back to 12 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Anybody remember what it was?
2:09, I believe.
Boy, a lot of sirens going across the long bridge. Hope everything's all right out there. The fire department left here, the field here.
Yeah, it was 2:09 before, but they put an extra 4 seconds back on the clock. So there's a handoff to Cox, who slips between a couple of tacklers, spins, and gets down to the 20.
Boy.
That's close to a first down. So the Bulldogs are essentially, as Shelley calls its next to last timeout, with 2:05 left in this one. The Bulldogs are 2 yards away from putting this one into the old refrigerator.
And you got 2 downs. We're not kicking a field goal, Chris. We got 2 downs to pick up a yard.
Let me call down. I got Ryan's number. Let me. Jay says we're not kicking a field goal. Of course, we are in the middle of the field now, but it's a lot longer. I agree with you. This is 4 down. Forget it. We're getting it on 3rd down. None of this 4th down malarkey.
Well, I'm just saying.
Let's just get it now and start kneeling and get ready to ring the victory bell.
Well, I tell you what, Shelley came up here ready to play. I mean, they put 14 points on the board there in that first quarter, Chris, and boy, the Bulldog defense really kind of hunkered in and really kind of just, they haven't done anything
ever since the interception by Zimmerman on the 1 at the end of the first half. The Bulldog defense literally has not given up any yards.
No, they've done a great job here, especially here in the second half. Shelley has really struggled to move the ball at all.
So here we go, 3rd down, short 2. Pettit keeps it. He rolls. He's going to be close. He's got it at the 19.
Boy, strength.
They'll mark him at the 18. First down for the Bulldogs with 1:57 left. Shelley can only stop it one more time.
It's over. Barring any kind of bad snap or anything, but we can take these and we can milk this one away.
Wow, second effort by Parker Pettit there. Got just enough for the first down. The Bulldogs lining up tight. Not exactly what you'd call the victory formation yet. With 1:35, it doesn't look like. Maybe they will kneel.
Oh, they're going to take a kneel here. They're just going to wait for that back judge to start counting it off at 5, 4.
The back judge
There
wandering
he goes.
up. There he
1,
goes.
2, 3, and then snap the ball,
Yep.
take a knee.
Bulldogs kneel it down. 1:15 left, and the Bulldogs will be playing next weekend in the semis.
Right here.
Blackfoot will be coming up, and the Bulldogs will be one game away for the second straight year from playing in the Milk Bowl. You've been listening to Bulldog Football here on 1400 KSPT in Sandpoint, 1450 KBFI in Bonners Ferry, and on Rock 103, 106.7 KTPO HD2. And our Bulldog Football coverage tonight brought to you in part by the United Dairymen of Idaho and Dairy West, sponsoring playoff football throughout the state of Idaho. There's the second kneel. That should do it. Bulldogs survive and advance 21-14. They will play next week for a chance to play in this 4A state championship game.